Oh, Hanaki? Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Oh shoot, that needs to be refreshed. Anyway, well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Mialoon. Good evening. Hello, hi. I'm feeling really good right now, as you can tell. Slightly robotic? Why do I sound robotic? That's not good. Robotic? What? Is my microphone okay? It might just be in a weird spot because I'm also eating. I need to finally eat my dinner. Cadence you were talking in? Oh, I wasn't trying to sound robotic. I thought I sounded happy. Okay. Did you know install some drivers? Well, you know, recent OS updates and all that. It is what it is. What's for dinner? I made mac and cheese. And I have some cinnamon applesauce and a couple strips of bacon and water to drink. Not spicy water, regular water. It's been sitting here for a couple of minutes because I had to sort out everything with the rig first. So now I'm just like, finally, some fucking food. Plain old water. How many cars are you installing these drivers in? At least 12. Maybe more. We'll see. It's a test service, after all. We have to find out if there's actually a need for, OS's, parentheses, Oni services. Oni systems. Yuno runs on Linux now instead of Windows 10. Would we consider this a good thing? I suppose so. People who use Linux swear by Linux. People who don't understand Linux don't understand Linux. It's me. I don't understand Linux. It's me. Anyway. Hi. Test the drivers for the Bugatti. You think I'm gonna be installed in a Bugatti? I don't know if I'm that bougie. This food is hitting now that I have squared away something so important. The rig was the last thing I needed an update on, so now everything for 2.0 is officially being worked on. Let's give me a round of applause for managing to get all of it together. Pachi, 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 pachi. Let's also give a round of applause to all of the people who are going to be helping me make 2.0 happen. Pachi, 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 pachi. Yippee! I'm hyped as hell. So the last thing I truly have to worry about is getting that second part of the rigging in. But Papa Spiral has been very kind and has allowed me to pay the second part during the like first or second week of September. So we can actually do what I'm intending to do, which is another mini event. It's not really going to be a donathon because truly the only goal is going to be to get that last part for the rigging. But there will probably be a wheel, and I have a certain event planned for it, but it is going to be a 48-hour marathon, so be ready for a lot of Yuno in the middle of the week. Not this week, but next. Not this week, but next. I have to plan all of that out. Speen returns, yes sir. How did Spiral react to you reaching out to him? So when he first replied, he asked how much I could pay up front, and I was like, you're so valid, sir. And I told him how much I could pay up front, based on how much I put aside specifically for the rigging. And then... what's it called? And then... after I waited like a week-ish for him to get back to me with the quote, he gave me the quote, we discussed some things. He also... I think I could say this. I mean, of course I can. I'm indie. I don't have to keep secrets. I didn't sign any fucking NDAs. Anyways, he offered a little upgrade for the rig. Just a little, like, extra little thing. So the price went up just a little bit. So I was like, okay, that's fine. It was still within the price range. So with the updated price, I was able to pay the upfront right away. And now we have confirmed that he's willing to take the second partial payment in September, which is good for me because we have our crowdfunding event coming up. But he is excited. Direct quotes from just a few minutes ago are, let me pull up our messages, actually. He said he's excited. And I was like, my fans, that's you guys. Love your rigging, so I'm glad we can work together again. And I do too, of course. And the reply was, this time I can properly do everything I want on the rigging, because, this is something that I've said before. So, it's fine. But, the company... The previous company, they had a bit of a limit on the budget for the rigging. And so he had to offer like a complimentary package that was less than his usual price because the previous company asked him to do that. So this rig is not at his full power. But he is specifically very excited to put his full energy into doing what he wants with the rig now that that limitation is no longer there. So he's excited to make me schmoove and move and groove at maximum potential. And I'm excited for that too. Because I already love this rig. Like, I already feel like I won in the rigging department when it comes to, like, some of the other kawaii base rigs. So I'm very excited to see what Spiral Unleashed is going to be like. I'm hyped. Not full power? Yeah, this rig is not Spiral's full power. This was rigging done on a reduced budget. But now that I can pay his full price, all bets are off. I'm gonna look so freaking cool, dude. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited. Ah, I'm so excited. I feel so good about it. Rig the horns to fire off like rockets. They're not detachable! No! So they won't be coming off, but I'm looking forward to all of the things that he will be able to provide. I'm so excited. You should consider having the horns fire off. No. No, I won't. Actually, wait, hold on. I will consider it. Considered? No. Wiggle power can be unleashed fully. Guys, I'm so excited for the quality of my wiggles. You think I can wiggle now? Imagine what's gonna be like at maximum capacity. Hyperspeed wiggling. What'll you do then? Make the horns attached. You can do a Disney Channel intro. Hi, I'm Yuno Hanaki, and you're watching Yuno Hanaki channel. Will you vibrate your rigged model through my screen? I mean, probably. Depending on the maximum speed of my wiggles, it could go crazy. I could bust through the screen. Maybe I will just transcend dimensions, and instead of live 2D, it'll be live 4D. You know, Hanaki will wiggle so well that she can touch you. She can reach through the screen and touch you. What if your wiggles go so hard you're just a blur? Then I guess I am Purple Sonic. Blaze? No, Blaze is a cat. What would count as like the equivalent of a Purple Sonic? I don't know. Anyway, I'd be Sonic. But Purple. Need Kaya Melon in the back. Does doing that hurt? Yes. Yeah, probably. iconic Big the Cat smile. I guess I'm fine with being Big. I like the idea of being the series cryptid. I'm already kind of the cryptid out of the former kawaii girls, I would say, so it fits on brand for me. Onik. Onik the Edge-Og. Onik the Stemmer. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yunoic the Hanakog. That sounds awful. That sounds like I'm coughing. Hanakog. Gazoon type me. Awful names can be a good platform to build an awesome legacy. I guess that's what they want you to think. Anyways, I apologize if there are moments of quiet for me in this OniMon. Your girl needs to eat because my food has been sitting here waiting for me. My bacon got cold! It's fine, whatever. What are we having for dinner? I said it already, but I'll say it again. I made mac and cheese. I have applesauce, cinnamon applesauce, because that's the best kind of applesauce. Bacon, and I'm drinking water. I don't think my eating sounds come through on the mic. If they do, I'm sorry. But your girl's gotta eat. So the reason I'm streaming early, too, is because, Aonia have their friendship week going on, and I felt bad overlapping the first night. So, I'm streaming early, and then I will probably raid into one of the Aonia girlies, whoever's hosting their POV. I don't know who's hosting what, if they're even splitting hosting. But then I'll yeet you over there when the time comes. I got back from dinner and now enjoying the dessert. Yeast rolls with cinnamon butter. Oh, that sounds so good. Yum, 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 yum. For today, at least, Charlotte and Chama are... then I will probably raid the Chama. Because I think I've raided Charlotte semi-recently? Yeah, so I'll probably raid Isla, because I don't usually get to raid her. You know, you'll pick your princess. Leave me alone! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Sobbing and crying. I feel so embarrassed. Why do you know? No bias at all. Stop! Stop clowning me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! That's why I added an option to make it seem there was a competition. If I could raid multiple people, I would. It's fine. If you don't like it, you can go to the other POVs if you want. It's just I have a direction I'm gonna send you in. Green likes a princess. Wait a minute, this triggers a meme. Yeah, no, it's true. The puppy dog face would win me over to my heart when she made that face. God, her new outfit is so cute. I have the tier 4 privilege. I got to see it a little early. Cause I saw she posted the trailer and I messaged her because I thought it was cute. And she was like, do you want to see the whole thing? And I was like, deadass. Sounds like yes, please. I love her. I love it. I love her. I love it. I love her. I didn't realize a lot of the features of it though. She only showed me like the two base, like, hairstyle changes, and then all of the ones that she showcased on the stream that were, like, additional, I had no idea. And obviously I didn't know, like, the expressions or whatever. I only saw the outfit and the 2 base new hairstyles. So I was like, yeah. Was this a factor into why you wanted to be Urpel? No. No, I decided I was going to be Urpel way before I saw this outfit. I literally only saw the outfit, like, last week? Maybe? Like, it was really close to when she was gonna debut it. Week before? Because it was before the official debut of it. So maybe week before, weekend before, somewhere in there. It was, like, pretty close to when it was debuting. Like, I didn't know that outfit was in the works at all. Like I said, when she posted the trailer, I messaged her, like, the outfit looks so cute just from the preview. And she was like, oh, do you want to see it? And I was like, yeah. It was out of the kindness of her heart more so than any sort of, like, specific privilege, I suppose. I always say it, but you being one of us in terms of fangirling is very fun to watch. I love girls. I was about to be like, should I be specific about kawaii girls? But the answer is no, because I get this excited for other people too. After I ended my members stream the other night, I immediately went and watched, like, Rocky's outfit reveal because I had streamed over it to play Jolf with my members. But I went and I immediately watched it and I left a comment to show that I love and support her. Toffee just posted that she's going to be having her live 2D debut the 16th. So I'm excited about that. So I retweeted and promoted that, and then I replied saying that she's cute and I can't wait. I love girls. I like to gush over girls all of the time. And I think, like, I don't know, I think people should be more open about the fact that they are fans of other creators. I don't think there's anything wrong with a creator being a fan of somebody else. Without it necessarily being, like, a HoloLive or, like, another, like, bigger corporation talent. You know what I mean? I think it's okay for us to be fans of our peers. The line is women, you know. That's true. I guess I should do my on-brand thing real quick. Ahem. Women! I love women! Women! There you go. That's me. Being surrounded by so many beautiful women who are accomplishing so many amazing things. Hell yeah, brother. She said the thing! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What was the scab artist for that you mentioned today? It wasn't gonna be for anything specific. I needed to know what the price was first so I could even know if it would be within my range for something. Eating dinner? Yes, sorry. Bacon is very chewy. So I needed a second before I could answer messages. Just curiosity. No, you're good. I understand. What is dinner? I will say it one more time. Dinner is mac and cheese, cinnamon applesauce, bacon, and water. But I always have water, so that's not really that much of a surprise. Yes. Pin it. Tonight's meal. What is dinner? Dinner is the third meal, usually, of the day that people eat within the evening hours between like 5 to as late as like 9 or 10 p.m. What kind of bacon does Yuno opt for? I prefer thin strips of bacon rather than the thick boys. I like it crispy. I go for like regular flavors of bacon. I'm not really like a maple bacon girly. Or like any other like flavored type of bacon. Yeah. I don't know. It's bacon. But I like thin strips. I guess that's the most detail I can give you. I like it crispy. Sometimes I like it so crispy it's almost burnt. Not like fully burnt, but if there's parts of it that got like super crispy that they're like dark or like black, then I'm like, that's fine. But it can't be the entire strip. Not a Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon enjoyer? Nope. I understand the appeal of sweet bacon. There was actually a time... That was how my friends and I would hang out in Onigashima when I was younger. But, like, we got, like, big orders of bacon. And then we got, like, fancy chocolate and we made chocolate-covered bacon. And that was pretty yummy. But, like, the cuts of bacon that we got were a bit too thick. So it was not the best for me, because it was not my favorite. But chocolate-covered bacon was not terrible. I think it was like me and one other person that liked it. Everybody else was just like, why do we put in all of this effort to make this? It was yummy. I liked it. Choco bacon sounds pretty damn good. It was like a semi-sweet chocolate, so it wasn't like we were dipping it in like a sugary milk chocolate, you know what I mean? I think that was my first foray with like semi-sweet and like darker chocolates, because we wanted to see if there was a difference between different types of chocolate on the bacon. Can't do sweet meat. I'm usually not really big on having any sort of sweet flavoring in my savory food, so I understand you. I feel like bacon is kind of like the one exception in a way, because like the salt and the sweet was a decent combination in that instance, but I haven't had chocolate-covered bacon since then. Now I'm curious, would you eat a fried Oreo? Yes. That's literally just like fried dough on top of an Oreo, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Of course. Like, that's not... I don't know if those things are necessarily comparable. No hesitation, none whatsoever. You're braver than me. I will try... Well, I can't say anything once, because that's obviously not true. I can be quite picky with certain things. But with certain types of food, I'm willing to try anything once. Like, if it sounds good, I'll try it once. I think I've said this before, but I think the craziest, like, fair food type thing I've ever eaten was a bacon cheeseburger that was served on glazed donuts instead of buns. That's like the craziest thing, I think. Not super crazy, but I'm willing to try things. It was on the menu. I kept looking at it and I was like, I mean, hey, it's still a form of bread. It's just a little bit sweet. And then my friends were like, why the fuck are you ordering that? And I was like, because that sounds good. And then it was. The burger was juicy. The bacon and the cheese helped make it a little bit more like savory. And then the donuts were like pretty decent quality, so it served as a good bun. The only downside of it was that the glaze was like on my fingers, so it made my fingers sticky. But like, you're gonna get a little bit messy if you're eating a big burger, so I was like kind of expecting it. Nowhere near as bad as a fried stick of butter or something. Oh god. I have eaten a straight stick of butter once. Not all the way through, but I took a bite of it on a dare. I don't think I could do a fried stick of butter. Just based off of my experience of eating it raw, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, no, no. I don't think I could do it even if it was fried. I like to think I'm pretty open to trying most food. One thing that's an instant no for me is anything with a strong and unappealing smell. Understandable. So when you say unappealing, do you mean like food that is known to be stinky? Or do you mean like if it's a smell that you don't find appealing, you automatically turn it down? Because like, would you say onions or garlic falls in this category because they are very strong? And many people say that the smell is stinky. Are you offended when people use a knife and fork to eat a burger? I wouldn't say offended, but I definitely look at them like, why did you order that if you're going to use silverware? Same with pizza. If you're ordering something that is like known to be a hand or finger food, and then you use a fork and knife, I'm just like, just get gloves. Get those like thin, like plasticky gloves and just use that and then get messy. I'll try pungent food, but if something smells off like chitlins, then no. Understandable. Garlic and onion smells are fine in smaller amounts. Also kind of depends on how the onion or garlic were sourced. Some places are less careful about produce than others. That's fair. Understandable. I personally love the smell of onions and garlic, so if it's like a very strong scent, I'm just like, oh yeah, baby. I love it. Yum, yum, yum. The undeniable etiquette of eating a glizzy with fork and knife. Don't eat a glizzy with fork and knife. That just sounds silly. Hot dogs are already so, like, basic looking. Do you really need silverware for that? It's not like the hot dog is like... Well, I guess it depends on the type of hot dog, maybe. But those aren't usually smothered in toppings. It's already not messy. It's in the perfect vehicle. Onion and garlic powder are preferable in smell to me than their organic form. I can see that. It's like less strong in terms of freshness. It's more like the savory smell. Garlic, yes. Onion, no. You guys are cowards. I love onions. Have you heard She's proposal for heart-shaped hot dogs? Yes. I think I heard it on her birthday. Or was it when she came to my birthday? I think I heard it on her birthday. I think I went to a call-in for her birthday my first year in Kawaii. And it was brought up in chat, so she had to pitch it to me. So I was like, okay, let's listen. I vaguely remember her explaining it to me. I can't remember all of her talking points, but I was convinced. It makes sense to me. Bros are terrified of Flavor Town. I'm fine with onions. Had a bad experience one time eating too many and it upset my stomach and gave my breath a horrid smell. I guess that's fair. I have other hot takes too. The smell of pickles makes you come close to throwing up. No, see, I understand that as somebody who does not like pickles. I don't like most pickled things. It's not my favorite. But I think the smell can be kind of blech. It just, there's something about it that makes my nose crinkle in a way that's just, yeah. Yuck. But I don't get that with onions. I love the smell of onions. Red onions or green onions. I really love the smell of green onions. Green onions are my favorite. At salad bars, I take about half of the onion containers and put it on the salads as everyone else watches in horror. Onions are the best salad topping, don't at me. No, I'm with you. One of my favorite salads to get has a bunch of red onions on it. Yum, 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 yum. So good. Delicious. I'd be right there with you, bro. Y'all F with sauerkraut? I do not F with sauerkraut. Rancid looking. Red onions are a different story. Those I can eat more of. The taste is better too. I guess it's because they're a little bit sweeter. I like the smell of white onions also, though. White/yellow onions. I used to hate onions. I couldn't have them in literally anything. Onimama used to dice up an onion that she would put into the spaghetti sauce for our spaghetti, and we had spaghetti like almost every Sunday. And before I had eaten it without too much complaint, but then I suddenly decided I hated onions, and I just couldn't eat it the minute I discovered the little, like, pieces of white onion. The very small, diced little cubes. The first time I saw that that was in the sauce, I thought that something was wrong with the sauce, because I had never really noticed it before. And so when my mom told me that was an onion, I was like, I don't think I like those. And I started picking them out of the sauce and, like, leaving them on the side of my plate. So what she had to do was start making a separate little pot of sauce that was just completely plain for me. And then the actual spaghetti sauce that had, like, the meat and the onions was in, like, a different pot. It was the only way I could eat the spaghetti after that. The one thing I hate is sweet potato. I do not like orange sweet potato, but I find that purple sweet potato is more savory, and I like that more. If you have the chance to try purple sweet potato or like a taro, you might like that better, because that's how it is for me. I don't like orange sweet potato, though. Orange sweet potato makes me want to throw up, because it goes back to my whole, I don't really like savory things tasting sweet. There are other colors? Yeah! I discovered purple sweet potato thanks to my friend when she came back from Japan one year. She brought back a bunch of sweet things for me, and one of them was like a purple sweet potato. I think it was a mochi? I think it was a mochi. I don't entirely remember. All I remember, though, was that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, because I don't usually like sweet potato. And she was like, it's different, trust me. And I was like, okay. And then I tried it, and it was really good. And I was like, oh, I think I like this. And she was like, I told you. Is that ube or something else? Ube is quite similar to a purple sweet potato, but it's different. Ube and taro and purple sweet potatoes are like in the same kind of like root vegetable family of sorts, but they're like all slightly different flavor profiles. And the purple sweet potato that I had was literally just like more potato coated than sweet. No, it's okay. I didn't know either. I'm literally telling the story of how I first discovered purple sweet potato, but I really like it. It has like a purplish outside, purplish reddish outside, and then like a kind of yellow inside. So it feels more potato coated. It's almost like a red potato, but not really. It's still like purple sweet potato. And then I think ube is like different. And I think taro is also technically different, but I hear that purple sweet potato is often called taro, so they're like kind of interchangeable. Only purple anything I eat is grape. I do like purple grapes. But usually if I'm getting grapes, I get green grapes. I don't know why. Brain is just like green grape. But I prefer, purple grape jelly. Not that there really is a green grape jelly, but still. Bro, I'm never gonna finish my goddamn dinner. I'm too busy yapping. I literally had to pick up the bowl to force myself to eat more. Green grape is best. I do really like it. It's very yummy. Food is gonna go cold at this rate. It's already a little cold. It got a little cold because I was sitting here for an additional like 10 minutes setting up the payment for my model. So I was just like, my food, my mac and cheese. It is suffering without my presence. Goofy. Onis do be talking. I know, I'm sorry. It is a feature, not a bug, unfortunately. This cannot be fixed. Going back to the idea of the Oni OS. Conversations go in a circle. Glad that cat is okay. Oh, right. I guess I could tell you guys the story in case you didn't see it on my sub account. Ahem. So if you'll remember the story I told in, like, early July-ish, there was a kitty that was outside my door once, and she meowed a lot at me, and I was unsure what to do with her because it seemed like she didn't have a collar. So I was like, are you a stray? Why are you here? And I had, like, a square off with her for, like, an hour outside because I was trying to figure out who she belonged to. And if I needed to, like, rescue her. Because it was very hot during that time in Onigashima. So I was, like, really worried about her. And she seemed so small because she had such a delicate little meow. It was like, meow, meow. Very tiny. So I was worried about her. But I couldn't really do anything because she wouldn't approach me. And I couldn't get her to, like, trust me enough to, like, come near me. And it was super dark out. I said this on my sub account too, but my street in Onigashima does not have street lights. So once it's dark, it's dark. Some neighbors will, like, have their porch lights on to kind of make up for it, but, like, it gets dark. And I guess my neighbors are often gone in, like, the late night, so, like, they didn't have their porch light on, so whenever she was, like, hovering by their door, I still couldn't see her. And she didn't want to come near mine, so I couldn't see her. In, like, the pool of light that I had near my door. Anyway. So I never really found out what was going on with her. I did try to get her some water in, like, a little dish. I, like, left it outside for her to see if she would take it. She didn't. I went back inside afterwards. That was at, like... That particular encounter was at, like, maybe 1 a.m. for me. And I hadn't seen her since then, so I was like, I hope she just got picked up and that nothing bad happened. But then... Yesterday... Sorry, I need to eat also while I tell this story. Let me take another bite of food. Yesterday, I went out much earlier to take out my garbage and she was there. She came trotting up my driveway and was, like, meowing at me. She was like, meow, 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 meow. And I was like, what? Hi? What are you doing here? I was like, you're back. But this time, as she was trotting up the driveway towards me and, like, meowing at me, there was, like, a little bell jingling, so I was like, oh, you must have a collar now. So either this time she was let out with her collar, or maybe somebody else, like, in the surrounding area of Onigashima picked her up and gave her a collar. After so long, yeah. So I was like, huh. I'm, like, 90% certain it's the same cat, because the way that she came up and started meowing at me, it's gotta be the same one, because that was the same thing that happened the first time. I was just like, eh? Why are you here again? You met its doppelganger. Doppelganger, parentheses, the one that actually has a home. Maybe I met the doppelganger first and this time I met the original. Who knows? But, she was a lot friendlier this time around, too. After I put my garbage in the garbage can, I was, like, trying to approach her to see if I could, like, read the collar and figure out if she was super far away from home. And at first she still wasn't really coming near me. She was, like, hovering by, like, the direct neighbor's door. I've said this before, but I live in, like, a duplex. So it's, like, the same, like, building, but, like, split kind of in half. So it's, like, one section is, like, my box, the other section is the neighbor's box. But she kept hovering by the neighbor's box's door, so I was like, does she belong to them? Because she, like, was not going any further away. Even when I got super close to her, she wasn't, like, running further than, like, their house, their door. And she was, like, staying by the door a lot. So I was like, maybe she is theirs. Because she wasn't really, like, leaving that area much. Or maybe they just feed her a lot. I don't know. But she wasn't leaving that area. Then she was, like, laying on the pavement and, like, rolling around a lot. And then, she was, like, showing her belly. So I was like, are you trying to communicate to me? And so I held out my hand so that she could sniff it, and she sniffed it a little, and then she started, like, rolling more on the pavement and coming closer to me and, like, inching her head up. Like, she was kind of scooting along the pavement, like, on her side to get closer to my hand. And then she, like, booped her head into my hand, and I was like, oh, I love you. I will die for you. You're so cute. So I was able to give her a little pet. I was able to give her head some scritches. And then she tried to paw at me when I moved my hand, and I was just like, it's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I promise. And then I gave her some scritches on, like, her side a bit as well. That's where I felt like, maybe she's a little bit underfed, because I felt bone. Like, in a way that I feel like I shouldn't have been able to. And I said this in the tweet as well, but it felt like, her meow sounded, like, hoarser. Scratchier. So I hope that she is not underfed or dehydrated. I don't know. I don't really know enough about cats to know, like, what would be considered, like, a healthy sound to their meow. I just knew that, like, compared to when I first saw her a few weeks ago, it felt like her meow was different. But she was very sweet. She let me pet her. She was mostly just, like, lounging around by the neighbor's door, so I was like, well, I'm guessing she's theirs? I don't know. But it was a sweet baby. I care about her. I'm glad that I was able to give her a little bit of scritches. But then I, like, properly took my trash can down to the curb and went back inside, because I was like, I can't really do anything. She's got a collar. I don't want to try and get her into my house. I don't want to be accused of catnapping. Especially if she belongs to the next door neighbor. I didn't want to, like, catnap their cat. Terrible first impression. You mean you did want to, just knew better than to try? Yeah, I guess. That is probably the smarter way to word it. She's so sweet. This little angel. You just say the cat adopted you first. Crazy. What if it was the cat that was hitting your wall because it wanted to be with you? Stop! I'd cry. I guess I could explain how quickly it moved across the house and, like, bumped into things. Poor baby. But no, the same as last time, she meowed at me so much when I first came outside. She really was trying to get my attention for something, I feel like. Because, like, something cats usually only meow at humans, right? So I was like, huh. What are you trying to say to me? Listen, man, I don't know what you want me to do. The cat walked into my house and didn't want to leave. It's mine by right of conquest. Something like that. If I want to really be annoying. But no, the box will also charge an additional fee if I decide to adopt a cat. And I'm already dealing with the fact that they're increasing my rent with this next contract, so... I can't do it right now! I can't do it right now! Well, I should say that the, increase isn't too bad. At least compared to what I thought it might be. But they sent the email at, like, 9 p.m. last night, so I was like, why are you sending this to me at 9 p.m. on a Sunday? What is this for? Who's checking their email? Besides me, but like that's unrelated. The point is I'm judging you for sending it. Him. But they like, because my the contract here expires in October, so I guess it was about time that they propositioned me with something else. They said the options were either inform the office in writing if I was planning to leave, or agree to sign their proposed new contract. And they informed me that it would be a it was a small increase. It was only like a $25 increase. And then it's an 18-month lease, which I'm fine with. By all accounts, that means I have 18 months to try and increase my income, maybe, to determine if I can go elsewhere. But I'm like really in no position to like plan a move. I will not go into specific details of what my rent costs. But I know that the rent that I pay is very, very good compared to a lot of other places in this area. Like, very good, especially for the amount of space that I get. But it's because a lot of this was, like, grandfathered in for us because we've been here for so long. By we, I mean, me and OniMama, of course. So Slim, thank you for the $13.37 tip. Haha, leet. Meme. Meme indeed. Thank you. But yeah, we've been here for a very long time, so a lot of the increases that have hit us were only, like, recent. Like, fairly recent. So I'm okay with staying here until it gets to a point where, like, I literally can't stay here anymore. And, like, right now I can. It's just, like... I have to be careful because I don't know if I can afford it if it increases too much more. So I guess we'll see. The moment you move, they're jacking up the price. God, don't I know it. Because, like, our neighbors have changed a lot because OniMama and I have just stayed here because there was, like, literally no other options. We had been wanting to move for ages because we needed a place that was more accessible for her. But, like, every place that we looked at that was better accommodating to OniMama's needs was, like, freaking way more rent than what we pay here. So I was just like, I don't know what we're gonna do. But we had been wanting to leave for like a while. But like nothing that we could find in the area was as good as this place. And obviously now that she's gone, it's just me here. And I also had to like reaffirm that to them, which is something I'm a bit worried about because I'm just like, are they gonna let me stay even though it's just me? I can still pay the rent, so I assume they would. But before, like, OniMama was the one that was like the primary renter of this place. My name is on the lease now. It wasn't for a while because when we first moved here, I was a minor. But my name has been on the lease for a while, so I think they'll probably let me stay. But I don't know if it's going to have to be like an entirely different contract because it's just me now. When I was still in university, what basically happened to me, which got me to move back home because they jacked up the price like crazy. Yeah. I'm glad it's a very small increase. There's no reason a landlord would have to evict a person just because of the number of tenants, not unless there's something specific with the land itself. Yeah, there was a solo tenant that lived next door before. So I think there wouldn't really be a reason for them to get on my ass. I don't really know how this stuff works, though, because I've never had to do it on my own. This is my first time doing stuff like this on my own. So I'm, like, scared I'm not doing it right, and I'm scared that any little thing that I get wrong could be cause for them to try and kick me out. I'm a baby. I've never had to do this by myself. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just a little guy. But I'm glad that the increase was not as much as I thought it would be. It has gone up a lot for when we were first paying rent here, though. over the course of all of the small increments that they have increased it by. But I mean, hey, an 18-month lease is not bad. I will gladly take it if it means I don't have to worry about having a place to live for that long. And I think due to the increase, the amount that I'd be paying with the split, I use a program to split my rent because I'm not always making enough to pay my rent in full every month, but I can make enough to split it between 2 payments in a month. I think the increase isn't too bad. So, yay. You take those. Don't pick a worry up that isn't being present to you. Most places don't look for reasons to kick people out unless they're doing shady shit, which you can come after them over. True. Yeah, I'm not doing anything shady. Besides being a streamer, which some people think is just an unreliable income source. But yeah. Depends on landlord. 99% of landlords pay on time, don't break crap, don't ruin house. If something does break, call right away so it can get fixed, pay on time. That's fair. No, I mean the landlords are doing shady stuff if they try to force out tenants. Yeah, that's fair too. They've been very nice to me, so I don't think they would do anything shady. But like I said, my primary, like, area of concern is just the fact that it's now just me. Whereas before we had OniMama, and OniMama, even though she was making it through, like, disability, she had, like, way more money than me. So that was why we were able to afford to stay here. And I can make it month to month, it's just that I cut it really close a lot of the time. How did the job search go? If I remember correctly, you were keeping an eye out. It's going bad. Any job that I remotely qualify for has either turned out to be a scam, or it has turned out to be for fucking AI-related business. And I don't want to work in that sector. But my credentials don't really work anywhere else. So I'm very screwed. I don't know what to do with myself, man. Besides, like, pivot to a new career path, I guess, which would be customer service, I guess, because there's nothing else I can do. Coming soon, Yuno, Hanaki. No. No, I don't want it. It sucks. Literally every job in my field is just like, do you want to use your creative writing expertise to help train our AI to write better stories? No, I don't think I will. I don't think I want to. Maybe an office admin? Are those the kinds of jobs you can do remotely? Because I don't have a car. I get rejected from a lot of jobs because I don't have reliable transportation to offices. Yeah, they don't want you to give them AI prompted resumes. I know, right? Ugh. It's very unfortunate that's the direction the market's going. Makes me very sad to hear. Yeah. I mean, it was even going this way before the, like, sudden meteoric rise of ChatGPT and stuff. Because even, like, way before the big rise, like, when the Panini first started, one of my first freelance, like, contractor gigs was also related to, like, AI-generated bullshit. That job was hard. Assess and edit over 1,000 written prompts within 2 days. Become YouTube customer service, get verified as a bonus. Me faking communication with the Yuno Hanaki Hanaki Yuno bracket Mialun bracket and being like, oh, I'm so sorry for the issues you had with your monetization. I will send that over and make sure you get verified right away. I do nothing else the rest of my job. Yeah. But no, that's the thing. So many jobs that are like aiming towards people with creative writing degrees or like people who have like editing or proofreading experience, everybody's just like, do you want to use this to train AI to get better? Do you want to help train our AI so that we can write stories? That's a crazy amount, and I have to imagine a ton of it was utter nonsense. That's the problem of being a contractor. They can make you do whatever they want in super tight deadlines, and then they get mad if you don't do it in time. The team was also operating in a different time zone from me, so time operated differently. LOL. That job sucked. I was deadass struggling so much. And they paid me, like, semi-decently, I guess. But definitely not enough to make up for how stressed the work would make me. I don't think all of it was nonsense, but it was a lot of, like, very, like, specialized information, because that's the other thing they look for with this stuff, is they want you to be in, like, a specialized field. Because if you have the knowledge of, like, the lingo and how certain things are, like, discussed or spelled or what have you, it's easier for you to correct that particular subject matter. As someone who's been forced to take a lot of these jobs, I kind of know what they look for. So they want people with certain specialized information. Like, a lot of places specifically look for people who have the knowledge of, like, coding and, like, CSS, like, web development, like, all that kind of stuff. They want not people who understand coding, because a lot of people go to places like ChatGPT to generate code. So they want coding experts to be able to correct the output that the AI gives to make sure that it's actually correct. And then they'll also really target people in, like, scientific fields or medical fields, too, because that means they can spell certain, like, medical terminology and, like, the super long medicinal names for, like, pharmaceutical products. They want people who have experience in those particular fields to be able to make sure that their AI is not generating incorrect info, sorry. Seen that a lot with technical STEM fields like engineering. Yeah. I was thinking they wanted people in coding to fix actual prompt reading or response wording. I was like, how would that ever help? Well, it's like some places use ChatGPT or whatever to generate code for them. So they want the people that are experts in coding to correct the code and ensure that it actually works. The code that they spit out. Why, yes, I do it. Yeah. Exactly. That they look for people that are experts in those fields and then have them sign up for this work, because it's like, you could do it part-time from the comfort of your own home. You could make a decent amount of money without doing that much work. But they don't tell you how much work it actually is, because they get so finicky. You hire me to be a subject matter expert, and then you get mad at me when I correct you based on my knowledge of the subject matter? Lamau? Which is why now some of these jobs have pivoted to only, like, letting you sign up if you have a master's. They used to just be looking for anybody that had, like, a degree in the field, but now it's like master's or higher, because they want you to be, like, super specialized now. The code makes sense, but I was like, who would want to engage with a chatbot to discuss coding dynamics? That's the thing. ChatGPT is trying to, like, get people to just not do work anymore because they just want to have the chatbot do everything for them. So stupid. Hate this shit. Hate this fucking stupid earth. Mer. Tell us what you really feel? I won't, thanks. I think I've explained it well enough. This Chungus Earth. Yeah. Earth is a Chungus. How did you get into a backrooms in the thumbnail? Okay, so to explain the thumbnail choice very briefly, there is this short that I love. I don't think I have the link to it anymore, which is such a bummer because it's so fucking funny. But anyway, the short is great because it's this guy trying to explain something to the viewer, but then because he wants to try, he's like, uh-oh, we're losing the Zoomer audience, and he like picks up his actual like IRL keys and starts jingling them and is like, hey Zoomers, jingle, 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 the backrooms, jingle, 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 the backrooms, Five Nights at Freddy's, jingle, 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 the backrooms. Okay, there, I got you, okay. And then he goes back to talking, and then the same thing happens again. Like, he realizes he's losing their attention because he doesn't have anything super interesting on screen, so he picks up the keys and it's like, the backrooms! The backrooms! And it makes me laugh so fucking much. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world. Hitomi and I discussed the idea of mimicking that in a short, like using the audio and doing like a... doing a short like that where it's implied that you guys aren't paying attention to me because I'm trying to talk about something smart, and I'm just like, hey guys, listen up, the keys, the backrooms, Five Nights at Freddy's, FNAF, the backrooms, Poppy Playtime. You like Poppy Playtime? The keys. So stupid. She's saying something. God damn it. We should do our own version of that for you about Otome and comfy games. Uh-oh, Yuno isn't listening to us talk about, looks at smudge writing on hand. What's something you guys are really into that I'm not? Real-time strategy. She's not listening anymore. Yuno, come back. Otome, Limbo, you like Limbo, don't you? Otome, comfy games? Stupid. No, see, I can pay attention. I read what you guys say. Do I always understand? No. But I read what you say. I try my best to internalize information. I just might not understand it. I'm even like that with my own bestie, though. I try my best to listen to what she has to say, even if I don't understand what she's talking about. But she also knows this about me, so sometimes she stops talking about whatever she's talking about and pivots to something else. Wait, we're not talking about the game Limbo? We could! I do have the game Limbo. I was asked to get it, like, back in Kawaii because they wanted me to play more horror. And I was like, I like games like Limbo. And they were like, oh, okay, then play Limbo. I think I saw a variation of this short, but with the Limbus company instead of the backrooms. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. I feel like it works for a lot of fandoms where it's like, when you have a fixation on something, you could just be like, hey, listen up, fixation, hyperfixation. Listen to me, hey, I'm talking about the thing you like. Look over here, please. Word said funny, Basically, porpoise. You're so right, that would get my attention. I do a little funny haha giggle. Like a baby clapping at the iPad. You know, husband not listening to Hitomi wife. We are not married. Hitomi and I are not married. We don't have that sort of dynamic. But I guess if we were going to assign ourselves something, I probably would be the husband. You know the iPad baby. no! I didn't mean it literally. I could never be an iPad baby, I think. I like watching stuff, but I don't really get, like, lost in algorithms much. I'm usually just, like, chilling. Mew and Streamer says one of 5 franchises that summon you from the walls. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh no, I'm losing you. You know, husband limbo, not listening to Hitomi wife person. I don't know who Hitomi would say is her wife. Never thought to ask. The last time we talked about a girl that she liked, it was, Azusa from Idolmaster, I think. But that was a really long time ago. Hitomi does not usually latch onto women the way that I latch onto women. Not that she dislikes women, she is also a women enjoyer, but I find girls pretty very easily. Puntable is an iPad baby. See, you could give Puntable an iPad, but eventually she'd kind of just like toss it onto the bed and be like, I'm bored! And then she'd roll off the bed. And go find something to be a menace about. Latch on? Yeah. It's an expression. Why are you quoting it? There is nothing sus about the phrasing of that statement. You launch at them and latch on. I see. You know the women-seeking missile? Yeah. Heat-seeking. The heat of a woman. Hitomi, kind of cute. You know, coiled around her like a boa. Mine. Real. I am exactly like that. That's very true. My precious. There's like 12 women in here and like 19 men curling around them desperately. I love women. Women. I'm just imagining a Puntable or little Yuno doing what Shark said. I feel like you should launch PhD at a woman. She could use the break in the arms of an angel, which is like literally any woman. I have so many... Sorry. I just realized that there's a story I wanted to be able to tell about my mama that I don't really know if I'll be able to properly tell until later. But, I mean, this isn't particularly revealing because she wrote this tweet in Japanese, but I want you guys to understand something funny about my mama so you can understand why I trust her with my life. But, basically she posted a tweet, like, I think a month ago, maybe, where she was I could tell she was probably talking specifically about, like, my, model or something. But she used the expression, if I make it through my work, I can make myself feel better by looking at chicks. Like looking at Hiyoko. And, you know, Hiyoko is like the Japanese word for like chick, like baby chick. But also, if I finish this, I can look at chicks. And then she like replied to it like after maybe an hour or two. And she was like, I'm done! Hiyoko time! And I was just like, you're so real for that. My mama is literally me. She's so funny. I love her. That's like the stories about Ume Aoki being based. Good to have a mama who loves designs. Yeah, my mama specifically really likes character designing. It's one of her favorite things. So I hope she was excited to be able to design me. And I think she did a really banger job. All the people who have seen 2.0 have been like, yes, this, I want this. I want to work with this. And that has made me very, very happy. That is the peak, I would say. For those that don't know, Aoki gave Mommy from Monica Magica big boobs because I like big boobs. You know what? Based. Understandable. Have a good day. Also, I will be right back. I'm like almost out of water and I need more. I'll be right back. Hello. Sorry about that. I'm back. I made more progress on my food too. I am doing my best. I'm still eating so slowly, but it is what it is. This is just another feature that is not a bug, sadly. WB. Thank you. Hello, hello. On the previous topic, probably helps that your mama has the whole concept of Oiron without any interference to reduce its power. True. I've said it before too, but she also really likes Oni. She has a decent catalog of drawing, oh god, I never remember her name. But the one, Oni character from FGO, the, I don't remember her name. I feel so bad. People kept calling me her for, like, a long time. The human-looking one, the one with, the girl with the... Shuten! Yes, Shuten Doji. She draws a lot of her. Yes. Yes. There was, like, a whole bunch of fan art, in her portfolio that she drew of Shuten. She likes Shuten. It makes sense. You're not banana enough to be the other one and not mom enough to be the third. Yeah, I'm not mom. This is very correct. But yeah, she's drawn a lot of Shuten. Both of like small Shuten and then like adult Shuten. Tomoe isn't mom, she's very gamer sister coded. This is true. But yeah, I think there was just like a lot of good things that mixed together. I was pretty clear with what I wanted also. I did leave a lot of things up to my mama, but I was pretty open about like wanting Oiran staying Oni and then like wanting it to be more modern, and the directions were taken really well. There's certain elements of the model that I think you guys are going to really, really like because of that. Maybe Orange Yuno is banana. You want her to be banana coated? Well, we said that orange would probably be Yaru. So maybe? Yaru coated. A lot of ominous teasing. I can't help it, especially now that the rigging is going to formally start. I'm going to be teasing you guys about it so much. All the little whips, all the little teases that I will be able to provide. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Actually evil. Get used to it. This will explode your mind so bad. You guys, your little tiny minds are gonna explode. They're gonna blow up. You guys are going to get struck by Cupid's arrow. Because I love her. I really think that you guys are gonna like her too. So many crumbs that it's a bread trail. You'll find your way back here on the day that I debut it. Also, without giving too much away, I did actually ask Kaya the other day if there was any chance we'd end up accidentally overlapping, depending on like if she had any plans for anniversary, and she said no. So, thumbs up. Anniversary day will truly be for me. Hoggies. I mean, she might still do something on the day of anniversary, but it's not going to be similar to what I'm doing. So I think our celebrations will be separate. Actually, am I just quite average? Okay. Your quite average regular minds will explode. Guess she still has to sort stuff out before she debuts. I don't want to give anything away because it's for her to tease and discuss. It's not really my business to share. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, I don't think she's planning anything particularly big on the day that I was intending to debut. So there shouldn't be any overlap. Like, I told her I was specifically asking in case there was a chance there would be overlap, because I'd either want to make it so that we could not overlap each other, but still do it on the same day, or if I would have to figure out a different day. Because I've been talking about this debut being on anniversary day for months, but if she was also going to end up debuting on the same day, I wanted to know ahead of time. And I think initially the plan was that we were both going to debut this stuff like on the anniversary day, but then once we ended up forming Mialoon with Lynn, I think a lot of anniversary stuff kind of changed, like vibe-wise. So now most of the stuff that would be considered anniversary, we're kind of pivoting towards Mialoon's anniversary. So it's technically not like our anniversary anymore, in a way. It's very interesting to navigate things in this way. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting to figure out how to, like, I don't want to say market, but like how to approach celebrations and anniversaries and things like that as new forms come and go, I guess, for lack of a better term. I don't know why I'm trying to be coy about it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's less about treading on other people's toes, and it's just more like everybody knows things. But because things are also technically different, we've kind of had to make some executive decisions. I mean, this is something I think I can share. I don't think the other two would particularly mind, but we weren't sure if we should celebrate our anniversary on original debut day, or if we should celebrate it on the day that we formed Mialoon. And I think we decided to celebrate it on the day that we debuted as Mialoon instead, because that's like our current branding. That's what I mean when I say it's no longer like my and Kaya's anniversary day, because technically the anniversary would be on Mialoon day. Which is in December. And then, like, on technicalities, Kaya is also planning to debut the Melon model. And Melon is different from Kaya. So, would kind of necessitate a different anniversary date, technically. I'm kind of like the only holdout from the previous branding. So that's why I'm celebrating our particular event on the original debut anniversary date, because by all accounts, I'm still me. Or you could have 2 anniversaries. That feels like difficult. Gee, why do you get 2 anniversaries? Anniversary 2.0. Not like this. But yeah, we're looking at it like putting our energy into what would be considered Mialoon's anniversary instead. But which I guess means that I can like co-opt what would have been our original anniversary date to be for me instead. But I don't actually know if she's planning to still do a stream that day to celebrate or not. I don't know. I just know that whatever we're doing isn't going to coincide. One person won't follow the original timeline. Yeah, exactly. That was a big part of it too. It was kind of like, it felt weird to think of our anniversary as being in October because that's not when Lynn debuted. So it made more sense to do it like differently. But the point is, it's been very interesting to navigate it overall. Nothing wrong with any of the choices that we've made, I don't think. It's just very interesting to navigate. Technically, Lynn never had a debut. Yeah, she specifically, like, even made a video about why you don't need a debut. Which is understandable. She is valid for this. She just started making content, and honestly, hell yeah. In my ancient past, I also didn't have a proper debut. I don't think it's super necessary when you are indie. It makes more sense when you're under a corporate banner because you have to introduce yourself as a representative of the corporation. But I think when you're indie, you can kind of just not give a shit. Yuno's ancient past to the 1600s. It's never too late. Like, for Lynn to have a debut? That's also true. Your debut does not have to be your very first stream. You could call anything a debut. I did it. It took me an hour and a half, but I finished my mac and cheese. I did it. I still have one more strip of bacon to finish, but I also finished my applesauce. I'm proud of me. Because there have been a number of times where I have been unable to finish a meal during a stream, or it's taken me like 4 hours. So we take the little victories. It's only bad when I'm trying to talk, okay? I can eat like a normal person. It's just if I'm also trying to yap, it takes me forever. I thought girls were supposed to be good at multitasking. Well, if only I didn't make words from the same hole where the food is supposed to go in. You know? If I had a second mouth, I could multitask. But alas, I've only got one mouth hole, and the mouth hole does both the yapping and the eating. So... time to get an IV trip. IV specifically for streaming. That's crazy. skill issue? I don't want to talk to you guys while my mouth is full of food. Time to invest in a mouth hand? A what? Do you mean like a mouth in my palm? I don't know how I feel about this. I think eating slowly is fine to digest the food better. Well, yes. But you also don't want to be too slow because then the food gets cold. Politeness issue in a good way. Mouth hand like Naruto? No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that means a mouth in the palm. If you're what I'll see when I look that up. I think you want to look up Deidara? I think that's the character with the mouth on his hand. But it has like a tongue and everything. It's like bleh, bleh, bleh. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, Deidara is a cool character though. Deidara. I don't know how to say his name properly. I only remember how they said it in the dub, and they always emphasize names in dubs wrong. Deidara. I'm guessing it's Deidara, but I don't know for sure. Do you prefer your food warm when you finish it, or are you fine with it going cold and still eating it and enjoying it? I don't mind cold food. It depends on the food, though. I think you could say that about most things. Like, cold mac and cheese is honestly not that bad. It was still quite yummy. But I am not a fan of how cold my bacon strips got over time. Because now the texture feels weird.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Daniel Smith, thank you for the $5. Eepy. Eepy. You really have started falling into the old man clock. Sorry for your loss. What kind of normally hot foods do you prefer cold, like pizza, pasta, etc.? Cold pizza. Cold pasta. Cold rice. I actually really like cold rice. Let's see. What else have I eaten cold that I liked? Cold. Cold chicken tenders, but it depends on the chicken tender. Sometimes they're not good cold. Not really a cold beef liker. Cold ice goes crazy. Extra crunchy. I do like ice. I really like super cold water. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it for me. I'm not really into much else cold. But a lot of my diet consists of, like, pasta, so I like cold noodles. Cold fries are only good if they're, like, steak fries, or if they're, like, thick fries. McDonald's fries are not good cold. Like, the thinner the fry, the less good it is cold. But if it's like a thick potato, it's fine cold. In my opinion. What else? Can't really think of anything else. But I think those are like my core staples mostly. In terms of cold foods. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, right, I have to turn that shit off. I got an email today from YouTube, and it was not a fun email. It was a notice of, like, a feature that they're adding. It's freaking auto-dubbing. Why do they keep adding these features we don't need? Stupid ass feature. Okay, turned that shit off. Had a cold pizza. I used to not vibe with it, but this one hit, so I might be coming to an understanding with the cold pizza stands. I think it depends on the pizza. Certain pizza places are not good cold, but I think generally a good pizza should be yummy cold. The feature they really need to add is, you know, Hanaki channel AdSense monetization. If only they could understand that. I saw some videos with auto-dubbing already, and it's pretty awful. Yeah, I also... There was, like, a creator I watch that's Korean, and for some reason, when we tried to watch one of her videos, it was, like, automatically with the English auto-dub, and I was like, this sucks. Switch it back. Ew. Meanwhile, guys, don't ask about your unwarranted guideline strikes. You don't need to know about it. AI voices too? I don't know. It sounded AI to me when I heard it, but I'm not like 100%. I'm fairly positive though, because if it's automatic, then it's gotta be AI, right? Hold on, let me check the actual wording of the email so that we can make fun of it. God, I hate YouTube. Anyway. Yeah. Hi, Yuno Hanaki Hanaki Yuno bracket Mialoon bracket. We'll soon enable automatic dubbing on your channel. This means that YouTube will automatically generate translated audio tracks in different languages, making your content accessible to more viewers. No action is needed. We'll enable this on your channel in the coming weeks. Once enabled, when you upload a new video, we'll automatically add the dubbed audio to your video. Over time, we may also dub previously published videos. In some cases, we may be unable to generate the dubbed audio. You'll be able to see the status of dubbed audio in YouTube Studio. Effective today, you can turn off automatic dubbing for your entire channel. It tells you where to go to turn it off. Once auto-dubbing is enabled for your channel, while uploading new videos, you'll also have the option to turn off automatic dubbing for that video. So stupid. Visit the link below to learn more about how to manage auto-dubbing, including how to review dubs before publishing and which languages are currently supported. Support this... YouTube keeps flip-flopping on if they want to have channels use @ versus usernames, even though seemingly everyone hates the change and no one asked for this change. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be that they want to eventually roll it out so everyone has to use the handles again, because they think this is the best way to fight impersonation. I believe it's been confirmed that they are going to eventually roll it out to everyone permanently sometime in the near future. I've seen some channels already have it. We are currently a safe haven, but it might change before we know it, and it'll be very sad when it does, because I don't like it. I'm gonna have to relearn all your names. Does it also mean they are harvesting your voice for AI voice generator purposes against your will? Oh god, I hope not. That thought terrifies me. No, I don't like it. Ugh. I think they would have said something if they were going to be harvesting our voices for sampling. But I feel like the day that that happens, there is going to be a mass fucking exodus. It's already bad enough just having an online presence where you use your voice, because just by nature of me having archives available to you guys, technically you could take those streams and get voice samples of me and use it to make an AI voice of me. It already exists. On those frickin' like character AI places, there was someone who harvested my voice and makes the bot speak like me. It uses debut Yuno, so it's very high and it doesn't sound fully similar to me, but it is not that hard to get someone's archive and use it to make an AI voice already. Like, just random people can just decide to do that, apparently. It sucks. But like, if the service that I'm using to upload my content is also going to be taking my voice and using it for AI, no. Please don't do that. Because this is also coming from the same, like, people that are trying to combat against AI content. Like, they want to try and prevent, like, low-quality content, which is being, like, created by these AI content farms. They can't then turn around and also use our voices for sampling. I wouldn't mind so much if I could actually change that handle. I'm pretty sure the name on my ad is something I came up with at 12. You should be able to. I think they let you change it at least, like, once every 6 months, I think. 4 or 6 months. It says so when you check your handle, I think. At least it does for me. I don't know if some people got stuck with a certain handle due to, like, channel age or something. But it lets me change mine. What's the advantage of that from talent perspective anyway? I think it's mostly an advantage for consumers. That's unfortunate. It must be regulated. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I guess the only use with auto-dubbing is that it could work if you wanted to channel different audiences in different places. Like, say you wanted to channel, focus on Japan as a market. I guess if you set your auto-dub to JP, it would be easier for people to consume your content, maybe. But, like, I don't know, man. What people don't understand is that you watch something in different languages because it doesn't matter what the language it's what the base language is. You still find the content enjoyable. And, like, there are people out there that subtitle clips as well. That doesn't really need to be auto-dubbed because it's subtitled. And then, like, people, like, use the content that's in a language that's different from their language to, like, study also. So, like, there isn't really a use if it auto-dubs into your language. You're watching it because you're trying to hear the original audio. Only talent advantage for it might be for speed purposes and speed of churning out content. I guess if you are already in the sphere of dubbing your content, like one JP YouTuber that I watch did actually make a channel dedicated to dubbing all of his old content and his newer content in English. I think he had hired an actor for it at the time, but then YouTube started rolling out its AI dubbing. And so I think it switched to being dubbed by the AI voice. But anyway, like, it depends. Like, if you know that your audience is, like, core from another place, it might be useful to make another channel dedicated to that, but I don't know. It's weird. Weird stuff. I don't vibe with it. Gives me an ick. Are you live yet? I'm not seeing it. Did she tweet? I guess I could just check that. Ugh, don't say that to me. Got a bad notification that makes me unhappy. Ick. Alright, anyways. Yeah, I guess they haven't started yet. Maybe I'll just wait until they start. Send y'all over. I'll pre-set up the raid though. Check in a bit. Bad enough though, regardless if they're getting data to feed AI non-consensual. Yeah, I don't think so though. I think they would have said if they were going to be taking from our voices. I'm guessing it's probably just using like auto-translate, unfortunately, and then it's like dubbing it over using an AI voice. Like it's taking the auto-translated content and then using that as the script for the dub, which is then also being read by an AI voice. Which is just all a big crock of shit. I hate it. Ugh. Okay, well, as I wait for this to start, reminder, for the rest of the week, I am off, tomorrow and Wednesday. I will be resting. Thursday and Friday are dual stream days, both days. And then, it'll basically be early stream will be gaming, evening stream will be, paid content. Cause we're raising a little bit of money so that I can pay rent. That'll be this week. And then, members, of course, Saturday. I have next week's schedule kind of outlined already. And as I said at the beginning of this stream, there will be a 48-hour event to raise the last of the money for the model and also to try and get money for my September rent and bills. So I will be explaining the price breakdown later for that. The Dono Bar is probably going to have a slightly higher price than what I'm actually trying to earn because I discovered that the part of why things turn out the way they did with the Donathon funds is because PayPal has started taking more fees from donations. Originally, it wasn't supposed to do that, but it looks like their policies have changed and they've been taking more from the donations that I've been receiving. So even though it looked like we hit the goals, I was off by a relative amount because it was taking a little off the top from every donation I got. So the realization happened then, and because I had to also then like withdraw stuff to pay for the art and everything, that's why it ended up feeling like less and why it disappeared so quickly. Hello, Yuno the anime girl? That's me. The anime girl. I'm the only one, actually. I don't know if you guys knew this. But yeah, I think that's why. Which is very shit. But like, I realized it because I got an offline donation last night for a certain amount, and then I saw that the actual amount that got put in my account was way less because PayPal chopped a little bit of money off of it. I shouldn't say way less because it wasn't that dramatic of a change, but it was less than the email said it was. Like, the email said a certain price, and then when I looked, it was not that amount, and I was like, that's weird. And it's because PayPal chopped a little bit off of it. It sucks out here. So the Dono Bar for the special event is going to look more full, but I will tell you guys the price breakdown like during the event and stuff. Well, specifically, I'll tell you about it during OniMon that week because my OniMon will be dedicated to discussing what's going to happen during the 48-hour event, so that you guys know about it going in. Their conversion prices have been really bad recently too. I know, right? It sucks. That should be fun. I think it'll be fun. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I'm very excited to do it. Ah, looks like it's starting. Yep. Oh, I didn't get to see her new starting soon screen. So cute. Love the pixel art style. Okay. I'm going to send you guys over to Isla-sama now. Isla-sama. But that's kind of a look for the rest of our current week, at least. But yeah, the stuff that we'll be doing later this week is going to be so I can pay the second half of my rent payment. And then, next week, it will be to get the last of the money that I need for the rig. And also to pay September rent and bills. Thumbs up. Price breakdown will be made, Monday. Next week. Sorry that this OniMon is quite short. I don't want to overlap Ionia's week-long event thing. It makes me feel bad, so that's why I'm sending you guys over there so that you can celebrate with them and have a good time. Yeah. But yes. So, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu!